Once upon a time, I mean like in the days of Jesus, the fastest means of movement was pegged at the speed of a horse. And research says it was the case until about year 1830. Afterwards, engines were put together and developed to run faster than a horse. Just think about that. So imagine that in those hundreds and thousands of years, the fastest a man could go was limited to the speed of a horse. How long did it take to make intercontinental travels, since the fastest could have been in the speed of a horse? Well, in about 1910, research says a military aircraft was made, and this time it went 42 miles an hour. And just in the more recent history, it took about 18 hours to fly from, say, Lagos to London, and that really was a big deal then. Now we are in a generation where it takes about 6 hours to fly from Lagos to Heathrow, the same distance that took 18 hours just about 60 years ago. Please stay with me. Do you know these modern infrastructures and technologies have been invented majorly to save time? Yet, time availability seems lesser than ever before. Time seems even lesser to us now than what our forefathers and mothers had in the days of horses and donkeys. Right now we have fast automobiles and speedy aircrafts, and we run from place to place. And for most people, it's in a confused state. I mean, if you dig deeper, you realize that an average man may not even have a clear picture or a clear purpose of why he's going from destination to destination. Time is that immeasurable value that keeps collapsing on us, and we always find ourselves wondering, how much longer do we have to do these things we want to do? And when you think of utilizing the available time, what exactly do you use it for? I mean, does that goal generate any eternal value? Do you really have time to listen to Him? Do you have time to obey Him? Do you have time to live according to His will? Do you even know Him? And if you know Him, have you gotten to that point where you can say like the psalmist, "My life and times are in your hands"? In case you've not paid attention to this before, I want you to realize that each human being has the same number of hours, minutes, seconds for each day. Whether you are male or female, rich or poor, old or young, we've all got 1440 minutes to maximize each day. According to an analysis I heard in a message by Billy Graham, if you live to be 70 years, for instance, which ideally should capture your most active years, your first 15 years is childhood into adolescence. And then about 20 years out of your 70 years actually should be for a proper body to rest in bed. And the last 5 years of these 70 years could make up for that phase where you most likely will experience some physical limitations in your activities. Yeah, your strength will fail at some point. If all this will make sense to you, then what is left is 30 years to actively get engaged and execute goals and aspirations. And a whole lot of inexplicable deliverables run into these years. And before you know it, it's all gone. The Bible says in James 14:4 that life is like a vapor that vanishes away. Time not properly utilized by each man is a deadly threat to his soul. Knowing that we will someday soon give account of how we've spent each 1440 minutes that passes every day, do we truly realize how important every single day is? Even if you've missed every other thing I've said right now, always remember that Jesus saves.